Today, we're going to talk and discuss an important timely topic, reproduction and the perpetuation of animals and man. You know, traditional natural mating occurs with physical conjugation of a viable male and a fertile female. Millions of male sperm swim uphill in the female reproductive tract, competing and hoping to attract and eventually penetrate just one of the very few eggs the viable female is very stingily offering. Once that lucky sperm penetrates the egg and she accepts, a newly formed embryo is conceived. The new embryo, now starving, floats downhill, attaching to a receptive uterine wall. From that day forward, that embryo acts as a freeloader to the mother for its entire gestation period, selfishly gaining free-flowing nutrition and all other body needs. The fetus rapidly develops until the mother has had enough and passes that fetus from her overused and tired body as a beautiful baby, puppy, kitten, foal, calf, or many of the many other wonderful creatures of God and the universe. Probably variations of the natural mating process had more of an interest in the animal rather than the human world at first. The desire for breeding dairy cattle with higher milk production, beef cattle with more muscle, faster race horses with more stamina, and show dogs with more appealing conformation acted as triggers to modify traditional mating to more controlled assurance of desirable, predictable offspring. Instead of old-fashioned natural mating, unique males and females are selected to mate, and the introduction of artificial insemination was created, where semen with sperm is collected and manually introduced into the reproductive tract of the selective female. Then the ingenuity of man thought, why not find a way to extend the fruits of sperm from that perfect specimen and attempt to impregnate more females with one collected sample of semen? Well, how would that be done logically? Well, simply preserve unused semen by freezing. And then remember the female with a small collection of eggs? Why not freeze unused eggs and find a way to conveniently match the desirable frozen sperm with frozen eggs? Science then went to work and took the next step and developed the ability to effectively unfreeze sperm and eggs, bringing them together in vitro or outside of the female, creating a zygote called an embryo. That unique embryo and is then artificially inseminated into the uterus of a female. In vitro fertilization, IVF, was thus created. Not so much in animal medicine, but in human medicine, the IVF process is so important. And sometimes it's the last opportunity for couples trying desperately to get pregnant. These quality couples maybe are unable to naturally conceive, or even worse, experience miscarriage after miscarriage. Their last vestige of hope for children is the very expensive and exhausting experience of IVF. Adoption in America or abroad is generally not really a good option because of the current extensive bureaucratic roadblocks. Unfortunately, these quality desperate couples are victims of politics of the explosive abortion issue. Any reasonable person can respect the opinions of those on either side of that volatile issue, but there is hope for these desperate couples because both political sides seem to be sensitive to the importance of continuing the IVF programs for these desperate couples. And I am sure the IVF program at some level will be preserved. This has been Pet Talk with veterinarian Dr. Michael Fleck. I must also comment that I have a master's degree in biology, but a specialty in reproductive physiology. So I have some knowledge of being able to share that with you, and I hope you've enjoyed this segment.